Hey Titans, this is Mickett. I'm just doing a quick update of our last war win before we start our new one off here. A victory over al0ha, Thailand. This was actually a bit of a rout. It started early on and just kept going. Usually there's a catch-up overnight, and this was never happening. This was won largely through smart attacks and participation. Usually we even get a little higher, but they were nowhere close to us because their attacks were really mostly a mess. There were a few people in there that did it, and then a lot of people just gave up. So it really helped to have a lot of the guys early on get a lot of those threes. But let me just show you a little bit about what we are looking at here, just to hit a few of the highlights. First of all, great participation. You see pretty much across the board. We had great participation, so lots of people got that bonus loot, which is great. I've said great 3 times. Okay, so going down here, we had a lot of good attacks, but the 3 stars is really what won it for us. We had a lot of 2-star attacks. 1 star. At one point, most of the way through here, I believe we had no attacks that hadn't netted a star. So we really did well. Our bases, we were a little bit higher ranked than them overall, but you know what? It wasn't totally unbalanced. It was really based on our attacking and their lack of attacking that did it. You can see a lot of their guys basically gave up, but the guys up top did nothing for them. They had some really poor things. Let me go to a few of the examples I'd like to show. First of all, let's go back to the screen here to be able to show that we really did. If you go down, oops, on their side, go down and take a look, the fact that we really, look at this, early on. You know, we've gotten the situation lately that we've done so well on clearing out these 3s that some people come on to do their second attack, or if they come on late to do their first attack, they're like, who do I even attack now? And it's a nice problem to have, but you realize you have 2 attacks, and if we're 3-starring those first attacks, it makes it very difficult to be able to find any stars even to try and get, and so we strategize as a team, but that's a good problem to have. So anyways, just to give you an idea, they really didn't do much on us. They had some weird attacks up high. They couldn't even call them loot attacks because they didn't even get a star. They didn't do much to our middle. They really did a poor job on attacking us. So let me highlight a few things here, and let's see if I can find them quickly. But the first one I wanted to do is, you know, one of the things that's important is you look down at the bottom when we started to have, we started off here with a lot of 2 and 3 stars there, but you can just look at that we just were clearing them out early on here, and that really helps. I'm actually going to highlight a couple here. For an attack, I'm going to highlight Rash versus Pampering. The reason why I want to highlight this one is because I think it's an interesting attack. It's not quite the way I would have done it. First he draws out the clan castle troops, does a great job with this. The reason why I say it's not quite the way I've done it is he brought 2 rages, but then he uses them on the hogs. Now it works because of how he does it. He does a good job with that, but usually you want to have heals with the hogs, but he has level 1 hogs. So this is a good example of a stomp and fry at a low level, and you don't see many of those, so I thought I would highlight it. Now look at that. He brings his CC troops. He actually should probably draw them out a little farther, sacrifice 1 or 2 more guys to get them into the corner, because what you really want to do is see that wizard. It just keeps hitting on him there. What you want to do is you want to take that wizard out first, and then everything else will follow from there. But he does a good job. He brings enough troops. Brings in these giants. They're going to take a little bit of hitting here. Brings in his wall breakers at the right time. Perfect timing on that, so they don't get hit by mortar. And so his giants are in there taking a beating. Then he brings in the hogs here and just clears the rest of it out. Now one thing he doesn't have to worry about here is giant bombs, which is really nice, which are the hog killers. Well, because of that, he really doesn't need the heals as much, but he goes through with that rage, which rages simultaneously both the hogs and the giants. Now he drops a second rage here and then the heal. The problem when you use a heal and a rage is look how fast they got out of that heal. When you rage on hogs, they move out of the heal so fast they don't get to enjoy the full benefit of it, and they don't even totally heal up the whole way. Now, because of the size of the base, it's a Town Hall 7. He actually does fine, gets all the way across there, brings in his clan castle dragon, throws in another dragon there. I think he has 1 more, but he's clearing this thing out very quickly. Nothing left to do. A few of those hogs were even alive to do a little bit more damage, but he's in good shape from here on out. I'm actually going to speed up because I want to show another featured offense as well, so because we know where this is going. Anyways, good job by Rash on Pampering. It can be really tough down low when you don't have very much to pick from. You can't go the normal 5 lower to try and assume that you can be able to 3-star somebody. You got to go with what you got, and he did a good job. I believe it was a 33 on 35. Nice job by Pampering. Okay, another one I wanted to pick here was for a featured attack was J-Dog's attack, just because I think it's always helpful to see some of these things ahead of time to be able to get an idea of, yeah, I'll just go it this way, to be able to, as you're developing, as you're learning how these things, just to see them ahead of time so you have some idea of how they're run. So I'm on the wrong side again while I'm talking. I can't talk and scroll at the same time. So I'm going to take a look at this one because I thought this was a really well done attack. So let's do the replay of this. So this is J-Dog. I believe he's ranked our number 4 right now, which is kind of funny. We're used to him being at the top. But he attacking, drops down that jump spell. And now you notice he has 5 heal spells at Town Hall 10. He can have up to 5. Drops down those golems. Those are max golems. What he's trying to do is he's trying to funnel these P.E.K.K.A.s through so they will come up through the middle over that on that jump spell. Takes care of the Clan Castle troops. Now you might ask, why don't they draw out the Clan Castle troops at higher levels sometimes? Well, when it is buried way inside there, it's not worth the time to do it. You've just got to plan for it, try and mow right over them with a rage spell. You lose a lot of troops that way, but at the higher levels you have some extra troops, so you do what you can. Drops that freeze spell, which really helps him to be able to not take some damage while he's clearing out the middle a little bit there. You notice on the top side his P.E.K.K.A.s are going at it with the wizards behind them, and they're really clearing that out, but his main focus is here and with those witches. I think those are my witches. Very cool. Those are going through and clearing this out, and he's got the town hall down now, but what he's really got is he's got this forward front here with a lot of troops left, but the side ones are very safe because the P.E.K.K.A.s are taking some damage, but there's no Teslas, so they're really doing some damage, but the wizards are coming in and clearing everything out. And this, from here on out, is he's just golden. There's not much left. That one P.E.K.K.A. going around the outside, just making it that much faster, which is great. Now, one of the things you notice also is that what's difficult at higher levels is there's so much to clear. Yes, you have more to clear it with, but you got to make sure that you balance what you lose versus what you have left. So, pretty much done there. Just kind of doing a little last cleanup here. Good job by J-Dog. Good attack. All right, so I'm going to take a look also at a featured defense. And what I wanted to do for this one is their number 10 attacked, actually, I don't want to go through this whole thing, but Beast got attacked several times by a bunch of their guys. So something about his base was very appealing to them, but they couldn't pull it off very well. In fact, their number 10 even attacked Beast. If I can find it here. I'll just go the long way, because the number 10s wasn't even the best attack, so I can't even go that way. So let's see if I can find it. I think it's right in here. Yes, with a name that I assume is Thai that I can't pronounce. But one reason why I want to show this one is because it is just an example how you can have all the right troops, although I don't like his troop selection, but he could still win with this. But it's just a mess of how he attacks. He tries to come up through here, and I think that's a CC troop draw out, but then he doesn't take him out to the corner. He brings in a level 2 king, which is a mess. It's going to go down immediately because he's got all these wizards here. He can't get behind the wizards because he hasn't pulled them out far enough, and just they're making a mess of this. He's going to be able to get through it, but look at all the time he's wasting and all the troops he's wasting. He brings down these wizards finally because he's like, man, I got to take these down. But now he didn't get his giants in front of these guys fast enough, so they're now going to get targeted, and they're going to go down as well. Finally, he brings in these giants. What he wants the giants to do is take these troops out and go up through the middle. Now, Beast has a new layout versus what he used to have. So he rages him, which it's just fine, but now he's got to get those things to go up to the middle. It would have been a great time to drop that jump spell, but he doesn't. Now he's going around the outside. They're going to try and take this guy up, but they got to go through all these walls. The king is making a mess of them because they don't have anything to take the king out because giants won't attack anything except the defenses right now. So he's going around the outside. The whole time, everything from the inside is safe and shooting him. He even has to get through a double wall there. So I don't know if this was his plan to go around the outside. He uses that rage spell there, by the way, mostly just to run away from the king, which is really a mess. He has not brought in his healer yet. The problem is that he wanted to save his healer sooner. Now he drops that jump spell, thinking they'll go in the middle, but that's not the closest building. One of the giants gets pulled over there, and they go up there, and they didn't even jump over that first wall, if you didn't know. So once again, how it was executed, it was poorly planned. He didn't get everything all going up the middle the way I assume that he probably wanted to do it, if he was thinking that way. So he's really got nothing left to fight with. He's got the healer out there. As soon as he walks within that range of the AD, the healer is going to be dead as well. And so he has nothing left, and that's just the end of that. He doesn't even get the 1-star because he didn't deploy enough of those archers around the outside. So Good example, though, and it's good to defend by Beast, because these are hard bases to try and accommodate when you're used to attacking other kinds of bases that are more centrally located or circular. But you have to take a different tack with these if you're going to do that, and he doesn't do that, and he pays for it. So I'm just going to speed up through the end here, because all they're running is going to get through that entire DE there. But a good defend by Beast. Basically, overall, a very good attack strategy that we had there. It's nice to see every once in a while when we have something that we could be able to beat up on somebody a little bit, and I think they gave up it early on enough that it really made it easy. But that allowed us to try a few new attacks, some people to be able to try get some experience. But a good job by the Titans. Make sure to like and subscribe, and go Titans!